Hello again everybody, welcome back to Wintermute Redux episode 1. I'm Gazbeard, we're in Grey Mother's house. We've just had our long conversation with her in the last video and we're just about to go out. Now one of the things I do want to check before we go out is skills. Skills do not appear in Wintermute, so things like efficient cooking and so on in order to maximize your skill don't count. So we don't need to do that. We've got this mission on the go at the moment. Find supplies to keep Grey Mother alive. Check the gas station for more supplies. Put 8,000 calories into her fridge. And put 12 units of firewood into the bin outside. So let's start looting the town. Now we are going to need supplies ourselves when we move on. We don't want to put everything into her bin. So what I'm going to do is for now I'm going to drop our firewood here. We don't need to keep that piece of cedar with us. Step along to the side a wee bit. We'll drop 10 of these. We'll keep 3 with us just in case we have to suddenly make a fire. Step along a little bit further and we'll drop a bunch of these sticks. We'll drop 17, keep 10 with us, and then step along a little bit further and we'll drop our coal. Right, we'll convert these newspapers to tinder just as soon as we get the opportunity. That means we can start collecting stuff now. I think what we do in terms of searching the town is we start at the bank in front of the house and then we'll do these houses to the right, although they both look boarded up. I see a rabbit down there. I hear crows. I don't see them. Oh, there's a wolf down there. So let's go check the back of the house. Leave that wolf to that rabbit. Have a look in the tool shed at the back. See if there's anything we can use. Oh, hey up. There's a dead guy who's got nothing on him. There's an axe. That'll help us to fight wolves. Flare. Piece of cured leather, help to fix boots, etc. Right. Well, while that wolf's playing around down at the front, refilling our wood supply as we go. Let's search these houses down here. Can't get into that one, it's boarded up. Can get into this one. Right, so standard search procedure. Oh, there's a pair of leather shoes. We'll worry about their condition later. Let's just loot what we can loot. Oh, that's back out. Let's have a look around in here. Not seeing very much at all.
I better take this food.
Yeah, food is going to be one of our big problems. Because we've got to find 8,000 calories for Grey Mother. The peaches, nothing in the microwave, nothing in those cupboards. Nothing in the oven. There's a cooking pot. Cooking pot is useful. You remember we picked up a cooking pot in the first episode in the hangar. and it didn't let us keep it. It wasn't in our inventory after the crash.
This'll come in handy.
One cotton toque, that'll definitely come in handy. Break down that cloth, because we need cloth for repairs once we find a sewing kit. Nothing in the shower, no curtains. No curtains in here. Let's have a look upstairs. Make sure there's nothing on the rail around the stairs. Plastic box.
That'll come in handy.
Another pair of wool socks and a can of soda. That's good. A book. There's nothing on that table. And there's a curtain that we can break down for cloth. Right. A few useful bits and pieces there.
Food.
Let's just quickly change those cotton socks for those wool socks. Keep our feet warmer. And the wind's getting pretty severe. Let's just quickly move into this house. And this house is more of a workshop. A newsprint roll, box of matches, nothing else on that shelf. Piece of scrap metal we might be able to use to repair something at a later time. Not interested in that pile of papers. We're going to have more than enough tinder. Piece of cured leather. Another piece of cloth. Anything around here of any use?
Plant fuel.
2 litres of fuel. Another soda. Right, so we do need calories ourselves right now. Let's drink that low quality soda. It'll put a few calories in us and a bit of hydration. We can take a drink. Like I say, we don't want to be eating our supplies until we've got enough to keep us going. Wonder if that wolf is still across there. One of the first places I do want to search is the bank. Looks like that wolf has gone. Let's try and get across. There's a note here. Dear members, due to global economic realities that are well known to you, we are unfortunately unable to remain in operation. All banking services are hereby suspended until further notice. Signed, the management. Okay. Let's have a look, see what we've got in the bank. Right. Anything up this side? Piece of cloth. Break it down. We might need it for repairs. There's nothing hiding at the side of the ATMs. Right, let's work around in a logical sequence. Oh, another can of soda there. Another newsprint roll, and I'll show you a secret to the newsprint rolls. And a ragged toque. So let's get those hats on. At the moment that cotton toque is warmer. Put it over the top of Will's hat. Preserve Will's hat. Right. The difference between the different newsprint rolls. So here we can make 2 tinder plugs using 1 stick. Takes 5 minutes. Here we can make 2 tinder plugs using a newspaper. Here we can make 4 tinder plugs using a newsprint roll. So the newsprint rolls are better to carry around for converting to tinder plugs because you get more tinder plugs from them. And here you get 2 tinder plugs from a stack of papers. Now if we look in our inventory, you can see that a newsprint is 0.1 kilo each, a newsprint roll is 0.1 kilo each, but you get 4 tinder plugs out of these. You only get 2 out of these. Right, so let's continue our search of the bank. Nothing there that we want. Let's check up here. There's nothing here to take. Nothing in the trash can. Bottle of water on the desk. Come on.
I'll be hungry later.
Don't need that stack of papers. Bank manager's house key.
Must be the key to the bank manager's house.
There's nothing under that chair. Okay, let's check the next bit. There's nothing on that back shelf that we want. I'm not seeing anything on the front shelf that we want. That drawer's missing. That drawer's still there. We can't get at it. This chair's in the way. We'd have to break that chair down to get it open. No drawer there.
This could be really useful.
Piece of scrap metal, always useful. There's a bottle of antiseptic. There's a wool scarf. If nothing else, we can break it down.
Food.
Tin of beans, empty locker, newsprint again, and one of the mechanics is you can take the water from the tank of a toilet and it's potable, you can drink it. Now he's getting quite heavy. Right, let's have a look at the obvious stuff before we start checking all the cabinets. Tin of coffee, excellent find. And a cup of coffee.
I could eat anything.
Look for all the loose stuff before we check the containers and cabinets. Nothing there. Nothing there. Right. So, need a pry bar for that.
I can always use more food.
Tin of beans in that one. Don't want that. Right, green container.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Pack of herbal tea. Don't want the papers. Don't want that. That's empty. Okay, let's search the safe. Use the A and D key on your keyboard to rotate the dial. Find the 3 numbers and it'll then open for you. Oh, that looked like it was about 42, so we went past it. We've got to go all the way around past 0 and come back around. Well, 42. Go back the other way. 42.25. Ah, we missed it. 42.25.14. So we've got to go past 0 again to reset the tumblers. $42.25. I've forgotten what the third number was. There we are. Okay, so we've set the 3 numbers. Click open. Search automatically. Take the book. Cache is good for Tinder. Not much else. There's no other use for it in the game except as Tinder. We can't get into the safe, I don't think. No, it's locked. It requires the bank vault code. Okay. So there's nothing else in here that we can get until we get the bank vault code and a pry bar for that locker. That's the bank searched. And again, we're at that point where we're really needing to put some calories into us. Fortunately, we've got some decent food in decent condition. I'm going to eat that low condition candy bar just now. Take a sip of water just to reduce weight. Just check the time, it's almost sunset. So let's just head out. Just want to look around, make sure there's no wolves about. I'd like to get these cars searched. Stand up, check the back of the pickup. There's nothing in the back of the car. There's a note. I left him like I promised I would, and I waited here like you asked. Where are you? It's getting too cold to sit here. Pick me up at the old post office when you can, and let's get out of here. If you don't pick me up by midnight, I'm out of here on my own. Alright, anything in the glove box? No. No. Jump straight in this vehicle. Nothing on the floor, nothing on the dashboard. Nothing in the glove box. Those are empty. Right, before we get out of the car, have a look around for wolves, because there was a wolf eating a rabbit just where that blue pickup truck is. Not seeing anything there. Right. Now, we've possibly just about got time to search the post office before sunset. I can't search that. Can't search that. Anything up here? There's a stick. We'll take the stick. None of these can be opened. A pair of driving gloves. Town of Milton, a history of Great Bear. Founded in 1911 during the early rush to mine coal in the surrounding mountains, Milton went through a boom-bust cycle throughout the 1900s, at one point peaking at about 1,000 residents. In the 2000s it settled into the hundreds, and post-collapse the population has struggled to remain in the low double digits. Originally built along a supply route from the coastline leading to the interior, the old dirt path was replaced by a paved highway in 1960. Its location, about halfway between Port Mary and the interior mountains, gave it a natural advantage as a convenient stopping-off point for fuel and supplies for miners, loggers, mill workers, and campers from the mainland. A dynamic that fueled the town's growth as the island's economy boomed in the 1980s. However, the construction of the Great Bear Highway, aka Highway 15, meant travellers could easily bypass Milton on their way north, which in many ways triggered the gradual decline of Milton's importance as a gateway town. This decline was exaggerated even more in the post-collapse economic environment, where very few travellers or resource workers had reason to visit Great Bear. Eventually, apart from a few stalwarts and old-timers with deep roots in the area, Milton became, for all intents and purposes, a ghost town. Okay, we'll take that and keep that. Oh look, there's a Summit Soda. There's a book for starting fires with. A note. Let's have a read. Margaret, we have to stop accepting mail at Milton. We have no way of getting it back to the mainland, but we can't tell people that, or they'll know we've been holding on to it all this time. Find some excuse. Whenever you can, encourage people to use email or drone if they can afford it. I'll keep my eyes open for the mail van, but I don't hold out high hopes. I imagine Jack probably drove it into a tree again, somewhere way in the back 40. We're likely to never find it back. Damn, I should have stopped him from taking the truck while he was on the drink. I'll see what I can do to fix the situation. Hold tight. Okay, so we got an alcoholic mailman. Right. Anything else hiding back here? No.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, nice. Another pair of fleece mitts. Check if they're better than the ones we're wearing in a moment. Oh, and a book about medicinal plants. A note with information about how to use plants to cure maladies. We'll take it. New objective. Oops. New objective. Find and harvest some medicinal flora native to Great Bear Island. Okay. Let's just check that objective in our journal. Is it there? That's the main quest. Side quests. 3 of 3 sets of reishi teeth. 3 sets of old man's beard wound dressing. 3 sets of rosehip tea. Well, the rosehip tea we can do straight away because we've got that. We've got enough of that on us. But the reishi tea we'll have to collect from reishi mushrooms. We've got 1 set of old man's beard wound dressing lichen on us. We'll need to find more as well. Okay. Memories. Mackenzie hangs around the Jackrabbit transport hangar waiting for something to happen. Done all of them. Oh, past the time. Explore the hangar. We didn't complete the exploration of the hangar properly. Oh dear. What did we miss then? Because I thought we'd covered everything. I thought we had explored everything possible in the hangar. I wonder what we missed. Oh what? The crash. Investigate the house, look for clues, search for Astrid, survive the night and sleep in the cave. We did all of that. Okay. The Grey Mother. we've got these 3 to do. Right, and it's just after sunset. Let's get back to Grey Mother's house. Watch for wolves on the main street. I'm not seeing any. Stand up. Let's head back to her house. We'll dive in this way. Now you can't step up there, you see. You can step down from there, but you can't step up into there. You have to go around that little bit of fence topping. Right, don't need to drop anything else. Right, let's open the door.
I could eat a horse.
Right. There's a can of sardines there, which we don't want. But if we pick them up, we can move a few things into her fridge. So we'll put that can of sardines in there. They're a bit on the dodgy side. We don't really want to be carrying all these sodas around, so we'll put the 2 lower condition sodas in there. Pork and beans and the peaches we'll hang on to. That's 800 of 8,000 put in there already. We're carrying too much water, so if we drop a couple of litres of water, because we're going to be picking loads of it up as we go around the town. And what we can do is we can leave it on the table here as a reserve. That's hanging over the edge of the table, but it's saying it's a valid placement. So we'll leave that there. What else have we got equipment wise? We don't need to carry the jerry can around. Where'd it go? There it is. So once we find a lantern, that jerry can will become useful to us, but for the meantime we'll just leave it there. The cook pot, well, I want to leave the cook pot outside for taking with us. For now, we'll just keep it on us. We'll drop it in the morning. We need to eat, so we have no can opener. We're going to have to smash these open. The peaches are the heaviest. They're in very high condition as well, so it's a shame to have to do this, but we do need to eat. And we'll drink that low quality soda. How many calories does that give us? 859. We'll eat a couple of cattails. And that should give us 1155 to see us through the night. Now we really do need to... Oh, look at all these books lying around. Is that... That's just an ordinary book. That's just an ordinary book. Those are ordinary books. Grey Mother's not bothered by us in the slightest. Just check the state of our rabbit skins, 10% cured. The guts 6%. So we've got the calories and hydration for a full night's sleep, but we don't have a sewing kit, so we can't do anything with that. But what we can do is we can craft up those rose hips. And we've still got another set that we can do. Wow. We've done good on collecting rose hips. Right, and then we can craft up that old man's beard wound dressing. And if we check our side quests, we've only cooked, we've made one old man's beard wound dressing now, but we've only cooked one rose hip tea. So that's used as much time as we can with the crafting, apart from making tinder. So let's just make some tinder. Not the sticks, newsprint we'll use. I'm going to keep the newsprint rolls as newsprint rolls, because as you can see at the moment, as a newsprint roll they weigh 0.1 kilo. When we make those into 4 tinder plugs, they'll weigh 0.2 kilos. So they're lighter as newsprint rolls than they are as tinder. So we'll save the weight by not converting them, although some of this stuff we're going to have to drop outside in the morning. The books particularly. We're carrying 3.5 kilos of books, and we're now starting to carry way too much tinder. We can drop, in fact we'll try dropping the cattail heads into Grey Mother's firewood bin and see if that gives us a credit towards what we've got to collect for her. But that's it in terms of what we want to craft up. That we could make bandages. How many have we got? We've got no bandages. We're carrying 13 pieces of cloth. Let's quickly make up for 2 sets of bandages. Right, so that'll give us 4 bandages now. There we are. I'm not really worried about that Aqua Pure. We're not going to need it while we're in Milton, but we might need it when we hit the road. Okay, so we now have approaching midnight, and our calories are at 807. Let's just I think it's just eat another 2 cattails. Take a drink. And let's put in a 9-hour sleep. That should get us back quite a bit of condition. It has. We're almost at 100% condition. Just take a quick drink. We don't need to worry about calories yet, but we will do very soon. However, that's enough for today's episode. We'll continue in the next episode. Continue looting the town, collecting supplies, collecting equipment, and supplying Grey Mother with what she needs to open up the next bit of the story from her. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm the Gazbeard. This is The Long Dark, Wintermute Redux, in fact, episode 1, on the first set of quests for Grey Mother. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good time. Bye for now.